Black female weight loss surgeon in private practice in Metroplex of DFW, where they do the highest rate bariatric surgery. There's only 2% of these physicians in the world. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's absurd. I wouldn't think it would be that low.
Absolutely. She's also an author, a speaker, and she is definitely a consultant. So, but Dr. Hamilton, please tell us about what you do.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you for having me. And you're absolutely right. Black female physicians are less than 2% in all of the U.S. and even less Black female surgeons. So, yeah, I mean, it's been an honor to be able to serve the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, which everybody knows is a major city in Texas. And we have a really high volume of weight loss surgery. It's one of the highest in the United States. And so I am happy to kind of speak on this. And I'm glad you mentioned about weight loss and in our African-American community, because it is a very high rate of obesity and overweight in the African-American community. And I'm happy to serve them in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And just to kind of speak on both heart disease and the pandemic, one of the reasons our community has been affected is because of the obesity rate. So if I can just kind of throw out some numbers, 63% of African-American males struggle with overweight or obesity, and 78% of females struggle with overweight and obesity. So that's the majority of our population. Wow. It's one of the contributing factors why we have suffered with the pandemic so much. And there's other factors, right? Socioeconomic, culture, there's other reasons for that. And that's also one of the reasons why it's the highest cause of death among African Americans as far as heart disease. So African Americans are affected about 60% as far as heart disease. And one of the main contributing factors is obesity. So you're correct in the sense people will come for, oh, my blood pressure is high, have diabetes now, which oftentimes is triggered from the weight issue, from the obesity. And a lot of that is, like I said, from our food choices, culture choices, socioeconomic, and I try to address all of those when I'm meeting with my patients.
Dr. Hamilton is her name, and Dr. Hamilton, I'm going to hold you just a little bit longer tonight so you can give us some additional information. But let's get into a little bit more what you love, and that's the essence of love musically. So welcome to Confessions of Love, baby, on The Quiet Storm. I'm so happy that you have this young lady on the love line with us, Dr. Hamilton, who deals with weight loss. But what can we do to turn this around so that way we wouldn't have to consider surgery? Because sometimes people use the surgery thing as an easy method as opposed to stop exercising and losing weight like that, which I would assume would be far more healthier than doing surgery to lose weight.
So actually, I agree. And I just came out with a book called Transformation is a Mindset. And it talks about kind of the journeys of obesity surgery and how actually if I had the choice, I would prefer not just go through the surgery, but you do all these things kind of before surgery as an option. Surgery should be the last option. It's such a shock on the body. Many people actually get surgery and potentially regain because they're not doing the mind things they need to before they actually get to surgery. We have suffered a lot with obesity. It's a really high rate in the African American community. African Americans think it's maybe cute to be overweight or obese, but it's really causing a lot of health effects. So I talk about that in my book and all the mental things we need to be aware of, the stress, emotional, culture, the environment. So it's actually not just our eating habits. Of course it plays a role. Lack of exercise plays a role. But there's so many other factors that play a role in that. So I also have another book called And the Best Diet Is, because as a bariatric surgeon, I'm constantly getting asked what diet I should be on. So hear it from a doctor who does this every day, talks about diets every day. I just put everything in one book, And the Best Diet Is. And then my other book talks about how transforming your mind and changing your input can actually be more valuable when you're trying to lose weight and keep it off than actual performing surgery.
Mind over matter. Mind over matter. Wow.
Mind over matter.
Dr. Hamilton, gave us a wealth of information. I know you said that you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but do you have a website we can check out as well with information on?
Yes, so my website and all of my social media is going to be Dr. Franchell Hamilton. The website is drfhamilton.com. You can find my podcast there, my books there, speaking events, and everything that I've done, all my blogs, drfhamilton.com. And all my Instagram and social media pages are just Dr. Franchell Hamilton.
Doctor,
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you.